The Environmental Management Authority will join forces with state agencies to curb illegal quarrying in Trinidad and Tobago. General Manager of Legal Compliance and Enforcement, Gayatri Maraj, says the EMA has always been involved in monitoring illegal quarrying. Recently, however, issues in northeast Trinidad have come to their attention because of a special project by the FAO.
Forest cover, the ecosystems, protecting these areas. Basically, it is a project that is ongoing for about 1 or 2 years. That project would have pointed out that, forest cover, etc., is being decimated. All right, so that's why northeast Trinidad came into focus.
She said the EMA looks at sustainable management, so they balance good environmental practices with sustainable development. Asked about the prevalence of illegal quarrying in TNT, Ms. Maraj urged citizens to operate within the confines of the law. So how do you go about getting a quarrying license? As Ms. Maraj explains, there are different tiers of the approval system.
Advisory committee, and that committee sits and deliberates on licenses for quarrying. And it is a very good and strategic approach. And then what happens is if you do get a license, the EMA will now, look at whether you can get a CEC, a Certificate of Environmental Clearance. Not everybody gets a Certificate of Environmental Clearance. We refuse CECs in some instances. So, the CEC process is a very detailed one. We look at environmental impact.
Head of the EMA's investigative department, Steve Lalbihari, said there is a lot of environmental degradation associated with mining and quarrying. As such, it is imperative that we employ the best possible environmental practices when engaging in these activities.
How do you treat with your wastewater? How do you treat with noise from equipment? How do you treat with emissions, dust, and all these different things? And approvals from the EMA will be able to address these things. Now, with respect to the northeast Trinidad, it was mentioned about the Toko Old Road. The Toko Old Road actually traverses within the Milaho Forest Reserve, and that is more part of the Manzanilla windbreak system. So, there's a lot of environmental importance of these areas.